the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's a new big screen adventure. Was starring one of the pop culture's most prominent plumbers of the past 4 decades. I'm sure Tony's got more information on it than I do, so I'm gonna let Tony get started with it.
Look, it is a very charming, nostalgic ride. Kids will be entertained, but this is clearly for the adults and those that played the video game and any iteration of it. I mean, from Super NES to even the new Mario Kart versions that are available now. The problem with the film, though, it's got a very paper-thin plot. It's hanging on by a thread, so it really relies on nostalgia. It throws it at you constantly, whether it's sounds incorporated into the score, certain visual sequences that are, reminiscent of levels in the game, and of course, the carts, you got to have those as well. And so many characters, both classic that and very obscure ones as well. Um, but it finally finds its footing halfway through once it establishes itself. And I'll touch on it a little bit more after that.
Janelle?
I had vocally low expectations about this movie. I expected it to be a complete waste of my time, to be honest. And I will say, instantly, it captured me with the visuals. I think the animation is, you almost get lost. I don't want to say that as a bad thing that you almost get lost in it, but it's so stunning to watch that I, as not a video game player, probably enjoyed just being able to watch that and enjoy that, the artistry of it, because yeah, a lot of the video game stuff is lost on me. It's still, you can still enjoy it. You don't have to play the games. I'm sure if you do, you enjoy it even more than somebody who doesn't. But I think a couple parts might be a little too intense for young kids. But I think if you're talking about children, especially like kids that are my age, or not my age, but my kids' age, like the 18, 20, and a little bit younger, them having grown up playing these games, I think they're really going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It was kind of slow starting off, and all of a sudden they just started picking up. Uh, I remember the game, and actually once they had the fight in with Donkey Kong and with Mario, I mean that was fun to watch. That was like watching the game, and it was really cool. And then I didn't know anything about Donkey Kong and what was going on with the king. I didn't know anything about the king. I thought that was interesting. Mushroom Kingdom was very interesting. The princess was interesting. So it was kind of cool. This movie stars Chris Pratt, Jack Black, Seth Rogen, also Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Keegan-Michael Key, Fred Armisen. It's directed by Shigeru Miyamoto, who's the creator of Mario, and there's a little cameo in it. The voice of the original Luigi and Mario, Charles Martinet, is also in this. They give him a little cameo in it. So I'm going to start off by giving it honestly, a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed it. Tony?
I enjoyed it, but to a certain extent. This one kind of is more reminiscent of Lightyear, where it had high expectations on what it could have gotten to. It just failed to deliver on those. We touched on the visuals. The voice cast, I will say, was strong. Jack Black thoroughly enjoyed a role that was clearly written for him, at least I believe, with his musical background. But it just relied way too much on nostalgia, which again is fun to see. It's fan service at a certain point. And honestly, the most exciting character was a very depressing character. I don't want to spoil it. It's very funny. It's comedic relief, even though it's very dark. I believe it's a Luma. I'm not an expert in this world.
I was
Um,
told about, I was like, Rosalita's something. I ran it by my kids, and one of them said something about, I want to say that was close to the name, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
it's like an eternal flame that
Yes.
has a mind of its own. It's 1 to 3 out of 5. I would 100% go back because now we know what they have to offer, and the world's endless. But I want to touch on we're touching on a couple sequences. You were touching on the Donkey Kong Mario fight. How about the Mario and Luigi run through downtown Brooklyn? That
Right.
was 100% reminiscent of the original game. With also ending with a little jump into a flagpole, if you will. So, like I said, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of fun, a lot of stuff that I'm sure I missed that I want to go back and watch again. However, just in fairness, this is a 3 out of 5 for me.
Janelle?
I agree with Tony. It's about 3.5 out of 5. It's entertaining. I think kids will like it. I think parents taking their kids will enjoy it. It's just not like, it's not Puss in Boots level. Like, let's hold off for maybe Shrek 5, see what, that'll bring, down the road. But it was decent. It was much better than what I thought it would be. I thought the voices that they used in the beginning would be the caricature. I was a little concerned that it would be a little over the top, but with the Italian, but it seemed to calm down and just settle into a very subtle New York accent. So it was okay. It was better than what I thought, but still just okay.
Okay. So we'll give it 3 or 3.5.
3.
3. Sounds like a 3. Even though I said 4, 2 threes beat me out. So we're going to go with a 3. Super Mario's movie, Illumination and Nintendo. That's what you get.